Good evening, and welcome to another edition of On Point. I am your senator and servant, Carla Joseph, welcoming you to another segment of my radio broadcast heard every other Tuesday from 6 to 6:30 p.m. here on WSDA Radio 1340 AM, the People's Station. And this evening, I have such a fantastic pleasure to welcome, and be the first, I believe, to welcome two dynamic ladies. And they are heading up a really excellent organization. And they are my guests for tonight for just a brief moment. And they are my very special guests. With me this evening is Ms. Kendra Roach, PhD, and she's a president of the Society for Human Resource Management, SHRM, and Ms. Tess Berg, the Human Resources Wellness Coordinator for SHRM. So ladies, welcome to On Point. I'm really excited to have you join me this evening to tell me about, and tell, most importantly, our listening audience about SHRM.
Well, first, before we begin, we just want to thank you, Senator Joseph, for the opportunity to be with you here in the studio, and good evening to the viewing and listening audience. As Senator Joseph introduced us, I am Dr. Kendra Roach, and we are an affiliate of the Society for Human Resource Management, Virgin Islands, and so that's the charter chapter, and we are a part of a dynamic organization, which is SHRM Global, and it is a professional membership organization with over 325 members worldwide. And we operate in over 167 countries. And here's the caveat, is that we are the first in SHRM's history to blend two sovereign nationalities together.
And what are those nationalities?
Yeah, we are a chapter that consists of the U.S. Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands.
Awesome.
And so we blended together the HR professionals, and we are one Virgin Islands, which is SHRM Virgin Islands.
Great. And so what's HR about? You're saying the acronym HR. Tell us about what your organization is made up of.
Mm-hmm. And so whether you are a human resources practitioner, or whether you are new to the field, or have, several years of experience, we are a local chapter, and this is the starting point for anyone who is interested in networking, information, professional development, and continued support of excellence in human resources. So that's what we're all about, a professional membership organization, and we're really trying to raise awareness of the human resources practice, and that's why we're here today, because we are officially celebrating our first anniversary, our first year anniversary. We chartered the chapter last August, and we had the privilege of getting installed August, I think it was 25th, 2022, and so this week we are celebrating, and we do have a proclamation where we are officially SHRM Virgin Islands HR Week, and so that's why we're here, to promote awareness and to celebrate this awesome occasion.
So when did SHRM Virgin Islands Week begin? When does it begin and when does it end? And then go into all of these. I'm sure you have some activities planned and scheduled to celebrate this wonderful week of SHRM. When does it begin and when does it end?
Yes, it started yesterday, August 21st, and it's going to culminate on August 25th. So it's 1 week, 5 days, and we have already started our activities. We started with a social and networking mixer last night at the Innovation Center at the University of the Virgin Islands.
Awesome.
And we convened as a group, as a chapter, and we had an awesome time just connecting with our peers and sharing what we've done over the year and what is to come in the coming year, the remainder of 2023 into 2024. And so we have our wellness coordinator, and she's going to speak a little bit, but coming up, we have on Wednesday, so I'm just going down the week, on Wednesday we will be at the University of the Virgin Islands on both campuses in St. Thomas and St. Croix between the times of 12 and 2 p.m. We're actually conducting a college recruitment drive.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so we're looking for emerging professionals, students who may be pursuing a degree in business management but truly wants to focus on human resources. And so we're looking to recruit any chapter members and help build the next generation of HR practitioners.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure you're going to have mentoring as part of a component within your organization. That is great because, you know, we have a major deficiency in our workforce. We're getting a lot of skilled professionals to enter into various fields around the Virgin Islands. So this is great. I think it's an added plus to the Virgin Islands. So continue on what you have planned for tomorrow. And I think I saw something that was happening also in the BVI.
Yes. And tomorrow afternoon, all three islands, so Tortola, St. Thomas, and St. Croix, we're going to meet at specific locations, and that information has already been shared to our chapter membership, and we're going to also share it on social media.
Sure.
But we will be having a HR Wellness for Change walk, and that has been coordinated by the awesome Tess Berg, and she can share some more information, but it's an opportunity for us as HR professionals to also put our mask on first. We are responsible for the entire organization, and sometimes we are the last.
Right.
We don't take care of ourselves. It's a lot of, putting self last, and we're just trying to change that paradigm where we're promoting health, mind, physical health, emotional health, financial health within the practice, so we can be our best selves to be for everyone else, before we can be that for everyone else. So I'm going to just allow Tess to share a little bit more about the walk.
Okay, so we're sharing one mic here.
Good evening, Senator Joseph, and good evening to the listening audience. And again, as stated, my name is Tess Berg. I'm the HR Wellness Walk Coordinator. And so this week, as one of SHRM activities, we're going to be walking. We want to invite the HR professionals to come out, bring your family, your friends, and other stakeholders. Come on out. We want you to make your health a priority. The walks are going to be held simultaneously. On St. Thomas, we're going to meet at the Emile Griffith Park parking lot area, and then we will start the walk at 5:30, and we're going to go to the Yacht Haven Grand entrance and back to Emile Griffith Park. And then on St. Croix, it's going to start at the western end of the Christiansted bypass. And you're going to go over the hill to the eastern end and then return to the western end of the bypass. And that walk is going to also start at 5:30. In the BVI, the walk is going to be at the Cyril V. Romney Pier Park, and they're going to walk around the park area. And so it all begins at 5:30 and we end at 7:30. Wellness is a priority for us at SHRM Virgin Islands, and so we want to invite our professionals, HR professionals, family and friends, come on out, join us. We also have a t-shirt that demonstrates the walk. It talks about wellness for change.
Good.
And it's a gorgeous t-shirt. Matter of fact, we brought one for you,
Yes,
Senator Joseph.
Yes, I know I have it right here.
It's right over there.
I'm doing my podcast at the same time, so I'm going to show it off to those persons viewing us live.
Yeah, definitely. It's gorgeous. It's a neon green for those of you that are listening. It's a neon green, and it has on both the U.S. Virgin Islands flag and the British Virgin Islands flag. We have the heart that represents
There it is.
HR Wellness professionals. We love our job, and so it has the heart on there, and also two pair of sneakers.
Okay, I really love it. I really love it, especially because it's in my favorite color, green.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just, green, it for me is the color of life. Anytime you want to be healthy, your parents them used to tell you eat plenty of greens. And one of my favorite cartoon characters, he used to build up some major muscles, Popeye, when he ate a lot of spinach, and spinach is green.
Yeah.
So I definitely I'm going to wear it. Now, you said 5:30. Is it 5:30 in the afternoon or 5:30 in the morning?
5:30 p.m. in the
PM.
afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, that is sounding so exciting. I mean, I really am grateful that you made some time. I know you have a lot going on to get everything busy and working to make sure everything happens and it is well received. So I really want to thank you for being here. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Yes, we do have, on Thursday, we have our SHRM Virgin Islands Policy Not Politics podcast, and it's basically a workplace advocacy group where a platform can be a voice for better workplaces and, just really elevating the HR expertise and shaping policies that will impact our workplaces for generations to come. And so that's going to be aired on Thursday at 12 noon. We do have quite a number of platforms that will be airing it. We want to shout out our sponsor in the BVI 284 Media Group. They're the ones who are recording that podcast, editing it, and then airing it on the various platforms so we can share that information when it becomes available. We do ask that you connect with us online on our social media platforms, SHRM Virgin Islands, Facebook, and LinkedIn, to just follow up with that, because we're going to be pushing that live. I'm sorry, not live, but pre-recorded at 12 noon on Thursday. And then last but not least, on Friday, we head up to the BVI for the social and networking mixer with our peers in the BVI, which is going to be at Higher BVI in the conference room.
Wow.
That's in Fish Bay, Tortola Road Town. And that starts at 5:30 through 7:30. And so we're inviting all of our BVI colleagues to come out, and let's just go out with a bang as we celebrate or end the celebration for SHRM Virgin Islands HR Week 23.
Okay, now I know you're doing everything simultaneously, and I did hear about St. John. What is happening in St. John? Because we know about St. Thomas. We're doing the walk also in St. John?
No, it's St. Thomas, St. John District.
Okay,
So it's going to be here.
Okay.
And then in St. Croix and in Tortola.
Okay, and how much persons make up your organizations locally in the U.S. Virgin Islands?
Yeah, our chapter currently has a little under 100 chapter members, and again, we comprise of individuals in the private and public organizations. We're also, I think we do have quite a number of business partners who are also members who take advantage of the offerings and all of the resources and tools that SHRM provides.
Okay, that's fantastic. I know when I was speaking to Ms. Berg, Tess Berg, she mentioned that you have part of your membership, the Human Resources Manager for the West End in St. John?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm wondering, just as we grow, because you're still in your infancy, if something can happen on our love city in the future, because, they always feel a little bit left out.
Yeah.
But I know you're growing, and so this is part of the first anniversary. It's the first anniversary, so we're combining and based on what happens, and that's one of the reasons I really wanted, and I totally hounded Ms. Berg and said, this is so great, because I got the proclamation from the governor, and I typically read all of my emails.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, this is so fantastic. A first anniversary, this is happening. We have a major human deficit in our workforce here. And this will be a great opportunity to really promote this organization and the hard work all of the persons did behind the scenes to get it to where it was. How long were you in the planning stage to get it here, where you can actually say that you're chartered and this is your first anniversary?
Yeah, that's a good question. We actually started the planning in 2021, and we got chartered in August of 2022. It took a full year, actually, just trying to promote and pitch the idea to our colleagues. And so I just want to just share in terms of where we are as a territory and as a chapter. When we take a look across the water to Puerto Rico just celebrated 50 years as an affiliate chapter, and we are just celebrating one. Bahamas just celebrated their 35th. Guam, 30 years.
So this is not only a national, but it's also an international,
Absolutely.
worldwide organization.
Yes, SHRM is global in 167 countries. Again, we have over 325 chapter members, just professional members. And so while I don't think that we are behind the 8 ball, because we're just now coming together as a collective, but we want to get to 5 years, we want to get to 10, and then eventually, for those coming behind, that's why it's so critical that we're partnering with the institutions, our campuses, so we can build that pipeline, the next generation of HR practitioners that will be well informed and developed to take on the helm when we transition out into retirement.
So this is part of the succession plan.
That's correct.
Okay, and then I also noted on the proclamation that the governor signed on August 9th, you have an apprenticeship, a registered, HR registered apprenticeship program piece involved in that. And of course, I'm huge with apprenticeship. I had wrote a grant that was successful and to get apprenticeship for carpentry specifically. And that's in another lifetime that I did. And I know the importance there. Are you not looking at the post-secondary level? What about our high school level to get young people really in a mindset and thinking about a career path in HR?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have partnered with Department of Education. When they notify us that they're open to having career professionals come to speak to the student population, we will be there. And so in the meantime, we've partnered with the Virgin Islands Department of Labor, SHRM Foundation, Global SHRM Foundation.
Great.
And we have collaborated. We also have our educational partner, which is U.S. Career Institute, that has come together to join and form this apprenticeship program. So it's called SHRM Virgin Islands Registered Apprenticeship Program. So it's SHRM. It's the first of its kind. And so what we are looking to do is roll this out, because we announced it yesterday, and we will be partnering with the Department of Labor to promote the apprenticeship program. And we are looking for employers who are interested in being a part of this amazing program to upskill and to recruit persons who are interested in growing and developing in the HR practice. And so this program, it's about 12, depending on the expertise or the experience of the apprentice, it can take between 12 to 24 months.
Wow.
Okay. And then it leads up to a SHRM certification, which is what the focal point will be. And so again, if you're listening and you're interested, we do have a workforce readiness director who serves on the board. And so we'll be happy to share our website, that you can go to the website and get the information, or even partner with the Department of Labor, who will be recruiting employers.
Okay, that's fantastic. Do you have a website? I know you're pressed for time because you're working to do a lot of other things, and I'm also pressed for time because I have about 7 to 8 minutes left in my show, and we were saying that we were going to be brief because I know you have a very busy schedule getting everything ready for tomorrow.
Yes.
But if you have a website page, please share it with our listening audience.
Yes. You can visit us at Virgin Islands SHRM.org. So again, that's virginislands.shrm.org. But we can be found. It's very easy to find us on social media platforms, SHRM Virgin Islands. We are there on Facebook and LinkedIn. And so it gives you the contact information that you can get in touch with us.
And that would be SHRM is S as in Sam, H as in Harry, R as in Robert, M as in Mary. SHRM Virgin Islands.
Yes.
Okay, that is fantastic. Well, I know you ladies are busy. If there are any other final thoughts before you go off to work into late this evening, getting everything ready for tomorrow?
No, we just want to thank you, Senator Joseph, for this awesome opportunity just to promote and raise awareness of the proclamation, and that we are in celebration mode because of the hard work of everyone, every chapter member, the volunteer leadership team, and just, all of the business professionals that partner with us. We have quite a number of sponsors that sponsored this week's celebration. And so we just want to thank you. Without you, it would not be possible. And again, we are promoting all of this information on our social media. So please head there and share and like. And if you know any other persons who may be interested in becoming a member and even just learning a little bit more about our chapter, we'll be more than happy to partner and share.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining me. I know it was a little short notice, but I was persistent and contacting Tess because I was really elated because this is the first anniversary.
Yes.
And I know about what we have been hearing, especially in the legislature regarding a lot of the agencies. They're not getting sufficient people who are qualified to do the work, and people are retiring. And I'm always asking about mentoring opportunities and succession planning for us to be able to assure that the work continues. And for the work to continue, we need human beings.
Yes.
At the end of the day. So I want to thank you both for joining me for this evening's segment of On Point. And also, please know that there's an invitation that is open. So should you like to come back on the show again, please give me a call. Tess knows, Ms. Berg knows how to get in contact with me quickly and swiftly. And it was very much a pleasure having both of you here with us. And just tell us again, before you leave, what time the walk begins tomorrow, simultaneously.
Yeah, come on out in droves. It's going to be in all districts. So we're talking the BVI, St. Croix, and St. Thomas, all starting at 5:30 p.m. And again, we do have that information on our platforms that you can take a look and join us. And Senator, are you going to be there tomorrow, Senator?
If my meeting ends early and I don't have to play softball. But wellness is a major thing for me. I try to eat well and drink plenty of water. Mm-hmm.
If I may, we do have T-shirts for sale. We do have some additional sizes, so the T-shirts are $20. So if the HR professional don't have a T-shirt and you need one for your family or friend, just contact me. You can get me at 340-643-5130, and I'll be able to get a T-shirt to you. Again, it's $20.
The T-shirts are $20, and that was Miss Tess Berg, 643-5130.
Correct.
Area code 340. You can get in contact with her for some T-shirts. These T-shirts are lovely. They're going to be going like wildfire. They're very colorful. I really appreciate it. And thank you, ladies, for being here with me and joining me for On Point. Remember, the door is open, so anytime you have any other activities that you would like to promote, or even when you really get up and started with especially the apprenticeship piece,
Yes.
Please contact me, and I would definitely make some room to get you on the show to really air the good things that you're doing.
Yes.
And how you're working to empower our people.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I do have, before tonight's segment end, and the time is rolling fast because we only have 30 minutes, I want to mention that tomorrow, the Committee on Government Operations, Veteran Affairs, and Consumer Protection, which I chair, we will be holding our meeting in the Earl B. Otley Legislative Hall beginning at 10 a.m. And we have first up is Commissioner Designee, Ms. Lisa Alejandro from the Department of Property and Procurement. She will be rendering testimony on the operations of the Virgin Islands Department of Property and Procurement, including but not limited to the enabling legislation and the jurisdiction, current department challenges, and a plan of action to resolve those challenges. And what I'm huge on is those standard operating procedures, because that goes along with the succession. You want people to be able, when they come in and you're leaving, to actually know how the agency run. And what helps that is when you have standardized operating procedures. And it also helps the community know the process that's involved. So you're not hearing contradictory process. So that's one item that we have in Block 1. In Block 2, we have a Bill 35.014, and that's an act to posthumously honor and commend Wayne Faxman Adams for articulating and bringing events of historic significance to the people of the Virgin Islands by naming the bridge at the Narda intersection on St. Thomas, the Wayne Faxman Adams Bridge. And then in Block 3, our final block, we will be considering Bill number 35.0074, an act honoring and commending former Senator Armando Rocky Liburd. He was also a teacher at Ivana Udorcan, Spanish teacher, which I graduated from, for his lifetime of service to the people of the Virgin Islands, especially St. John, and renaming the North Shore Road on St. John the Armando Rocky Liburd Highway. So those are some of the items I have scheduled for the Committee on Government Operations, Veterans Affairs, and Consumer Protection meeting that's scheduled for tomorrow. If I finish early enough, yes, I will be there walking with you, because I do enjoy walking, and I'm able to enjoy, and it doesn't rain. I love the rain, but I hope and pray tomorrow it doesn't rain. So I want to thank you, the listening audience, once again for tuning in to On Point. Please go and visit my website at senatorcarlajoseph.com, or you could also visit me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram at Senator Carla Joseph. Tune in for our next radio broadcast and podcast, which will be on Tuesday, September 5th, right here on the People Station, WSTA 1340, beginning at 6 o'clock. And remember, September 5th is the day after Labor Day. That's one of the reasons I will push in to get somebody in before Labor Day. But after Labor Day, we will have as our guest Mr. Mario Francis. He's the principal of the Raphael Wheatley Skills Center, so he should be here in the studio as our guest. Until then, thank you for joining us this evening, and I want to again thank my two guests, Miss Kendra Roach, Dr. Kendra Roach, as well as Miss Tess Berg, for being here this evening to join me for On Point. Remember, On Point is heard every other Tuesday here on WSTA Radio, 1340 AM from 6 to 6:30 p.m. Thank you to all who listened, and do spread the word to your family and friends and neighbors to listen to On Point. Together, let's stay on point, Virgin Islands. God bless and have a good evening.